Kitty. Ooh, big kitty.
Now back with the Pet Project, the real-life Catwoman, Tammy Trujillo.
And I do have a bit of a confession. I am not, nor have I ever been, a real-life Catwoman. Instead, well, I'm Alan Bailey. I'm sitting in for Tammy Trujillo, who's unfortunately under the weather today, but don't worry, she's a trooper. She'll get through it in just no problem. Now, on the phone with us, the creator of the Safety Turtle, and it's Bob Lyon on the phone with us right now. And Bob, great idea for a product. If you have a pool, I mean, I would run out and get this tonight if I had a pool. And really, I mean, why do you think that people started using it for pets? Where do you think that came about from?
Well, this is probably a surprise, but I've looked into this, and there are estimates anywhere from 5,000 to 50,000 dogs drown in backyard pools in the United States and Canada every year.
Yeah.
And so it's a wide range, but it's a large number, and I place the number at least 10,000 in that vicinity. So most of the people that initially bought our product had already lost a dog. They knew how vulnerable pets are with pools, and it's not that they can't swim. Some can't, but pet owners are usually aware of that. It's not that escape is impossible. There are vinyl liner pools with vertical steps where that's evident. Mm-hmm. It's simply that if a pet isn't seriously trained to get out of a pool, even if there are steps it could get out of, it won't. Pet panics just like a child, and if the legs are not long enough to get over the side of the pool,
right,
it's very, very quick. If they are, it's slower, but the outcome is still the same. So we mainly sell to people who've already lost a pet or have had a close call.
Mm.
Now, more recently, I think the word has got out that that a lot of pets drown in pools, and don't wait till it happens to you before you get a Safety Turtle.
Right.
Because it really is the only product, other than to put up a fence and do what you do for children. But even parents are using Safety Turtle in large numbers as a last layer of protection. And so I think that's once you know the risk, mm-hmm. And given what people spend on their pets, let alone how important they are, then it becomes a kind of a no-brainer. But an awful lot of people are on the other side of that equation. So
absolutely, and I look at it this way: you cannot put a price on a loved one. Period. Whether that be your own flesh and blood or your four-legged flesh and blood, there is no price on a loved one.
I think everybody accepts that, but there's also this prevailing feeling that this isn't going to happen to me.
Yes.
Whether it's a parent or a pet owner, you have people sort of after the fact realizing that it does happen.
Absolutely. And I got to ask you, hypothetically, if I have two infant children and I have two dogs, could I get all four of them kind of on one Safety Turtle, or would I have to get multiples, or how would that work?
A family only needs one base station. There's very few exceptions to that. Sometimes people will have two of them in a very large mansion just to have it on the upstairs or downstairs or by the pool and indoors. But a base station can support any number of sensors of different types, and we have pet sensors, child sensors, gate sensors, door sensors, and they can all be tied into the one base station, and they just need to be the same color, which is no big deal. Neighbors who don't want to alarm each other will just get different colors.
Okay, gotcha. That's really nice. Okay, and where would I go to get the Safety Turtle right now?
Well, Safety Turtle is sold at a lot of pool stores. We originally targeted the pool industry channel. Mm-hmm. The natural home is for Safety Turtle. And mostly, though, they still sell only the child sensor. Now, you can put a wristband on your pet, but it dangles. And when you have multiple pets, it's not the best solution because they'll bite it. The other pet will bite it or whatever. So to get the actual pet sensor, which we recommend, mm-hmm. Is not widely available in bricks-and-mortar retail, but in the Company of Dogs as a catalog, they will be carrying it. PetSmart online will be carrying it, and there are a number of e-tailers that carry it, and of course we carry it. Mm-hmm. But right now, if you want the pet sensor, you got to ask for the pet sensor. There are some pool stores that are clued in, and they'll pull out a separate strap for the pet owner, and so that you're good to go. Just ask for the pet sensor. Don't get the child wristband.
Absolutely. And again, the website, safetyturtle.com, if you want to learn more about the product and get information on where you can order it in. Well, Bob, thank you so much for coming on today, and thank you for such a great product that's really important. It's going to help save it's helped to save lives already. I'm more than certain of that.
Oh, if you go to our Facebook, or for that matter, our website, the number of stories of dogs and cats, pools and boats, because when it actually saves a life, and it's rather unambiguous when it does, right? There's no misunderstanding. People are very compelled to tell us, send pictures and send stories, and there are just a stream of them, just an endless stream of them. And anybody in doubt can just go to our Facebook or our website, testimonials, and the media, and you'll see these stories.
Absolutely. And again, that website, safetyturtle.com. And Bob, thank you so much for a great product, and thank you for coming on the show today.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and I agree that maybe we'll save a few dogs with this interview.
Oh, absolutely. And again, Bob Lyons, inventor of Safety Turtle, right there on the phone with us. And again, if you have a pool in your backyard right now, best recommendation, fence it off. But we understand money's tight. If you have a four-legged companion, take them to the pool. If you have a smaller dog or even a big dog, take them out to the middle of the pool. Physically walk out with them to the middle of the pool and put them in the water and show them where to get out. Help them to get out. Do practice runs, because if you're not home, your animal, for whatever reason, gets into that pool, they need to know where to get out. They need to be trained how to get out of that pool, because if they aren't, well, you fall into a pool, panic sets in, you start pedaling faster, and you use up more energy, so you can't swim as good. And I mean, all these different factors come into play, and you don't want to think of the worst, but sometimes, unfortunately, it does happen, and it can happen to you despite thinking that it can't. So please, go to safetyturtle.com, look up the product. If it's outside of your price range, well, put that in the back of your head, but at least walk out to the middle of the pool with your pet. Show them how to get out. Show them several ways to get out in case one way gets blocked, something. Worst comes to worst, if you don't have steps coming out of that pool, well, obviously your pet's not going to climb straight up. Build a ramp, and building a ramp can simply be taking a piece of wood and sticking it in the water for your pet or dangling it off the side of your pool. That way your pet can get out. Now, when we come back, hopefully we're going to have Martine Collette from the Wildlife Way Station on. She can give us a quick update here. And with that, our show's winding down, but there's still tons more coming your way. Stay right here. It's The Pet Project, the show your pet wants you to listen to, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.